I stand in front of the text, and I do not first ask about dogma. I ask, what actually stands there? In the Greek and in the Hebrew original, in the context of Tanach and Gospel, in the words, not in the later systems. Today I look at three terms that are constantly used for Jesus Christology and Trinity. John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word. Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. almah, young woman or virgin, Son of God and children of God. What does that mean in the Tanach? And what does it mean in the New Testament? I open the Gospel of John. I do not read the translation first. I look at the Greek text and ārχήν ho logos, kai ho logos and prός ton theόν, kai theos ein ho logos. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. But I do not get stuck on the English wording. I look at every single phrase. I ask about grammar, about meaning, about possible readings. I do not ask, what am I supposed to believe, because a dogma wants it that way. I ask, what does the text allow? What does the grammar say? What does the semantics say? And where does interpretation begin? Where does theology begin? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Being, relationship, divine quality. The text carries a progression from mere being to nearness to God, to description as divine. But the text does not force me to insert a finished Trinity. It opens space between prophetic reading and high Christology. I look at the little word kai, the simple conjunction that is far more than just glue in the sentence. Grammar and lexicon say kai can mean and, connecting. Kai can mean also, additional. Kai can mean even or indeed, emphatic. Kai can in context mark a sequential increase, and then and a now and moreover. When I hear that into John chapter 1, verse 1, then the sentence can sound like this. In the beginning was the Word, and also the Word was with God. And even God was the Word. The first kai connects, the second kai can intensify. It can show something is heightened here, another level is engaged. Thus from a seemingly simple act, there becomes a rhetorical ascent, from mere existence to nearness to divine quality. You read this verse like a staircase. First step, in the beginning was the Word. It is there, it exists. Second step, then the Word was with God. It stands in relationship, it is in God's presence, it is oriented toward God. Third step, and even God was the Word, not in the sense the Word is identical with the Father, but the Word is of divine kind, carries divine authority, reflects divine character, being, relationship quality. I stay with the formulations, prός ton theόν. The Word is with God, it is oriented toward God. It stands opposite Him, it remains in His presence. Theos ein ho logos. God was the Word. The predicate stands without article. The grammar allows here a qualitative reading, not necessarily. The Word is the identical person as the Father, but rather the Word is of divine kind, of divine quality. It bears divine rank, it bears God's authority. In this way, two lines unfold, not by violence against the text, but out of the text itself. First line, the prophetic reading. The word comes from God, remains with God, carries his authority. Jesus is human as prophet, as messenger, who is not God the Father himself, but is representative, his word in flesh. Second line, the high Christological reading. The logos pre-existent, he's with the Father from eternity. He is God in the full sense, he shares the divine essence. And John chapter 8 verse 58, before Abraham was, I am, is read as divine self-revelation. The same text, two paths, dogmatics chooses. The text leaves it open. In the beginning was the Word. The text says it was there. The Word was with God. The text says it was in relationship. The Word was God. The text says it was of divine kind. Whether you make a trinity from this, or a prophetic sending, that is not decided by grammar alone. That is decided by your system. That is decided by your reading tradition. The text leaves room. The text is wider than any finished dogma. I change the language. I go from Greek into Hebrew. I open Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14. There it says, almah, the young woman, the girl of marriageable age. Almah, not betula. The scholarly literature says almah means young woman. She may be a virgin. She does not have to be. The term is semantically open, not the technical standard expression for virgin. If the text wants to mean virgin precisely, there is betula. That is clearer, that is narrower. In Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14. In the Hebrew-based text stands almah. A young woman becomes pregnant. She bears a child. It is a sign for the time of King Ahaz, a political, historical sign. Then comes the Septuagint, the Greek translation of the Old Testament. It translates almah with parthenos, a word that often means virgin, but is also not always unambiguous. Yet through this a new layer pushes in on this Greek word choice. The doctrine of the virgin birth is later built. Matthew quotes Isaiah in the Septuagint form. Tradition reads backwards and sees in the Hebrew text a virgin, where in fact a young woman stands. As with John chapter 1 verse 1, the base text is semantically more open than the finished dogmatic systems. almah says young woman, not automatically virgin. John chapter 1 verse 1 says divine quality, not automatically finished trinity. The Hebrew text, the Greek text are broader than the later doctrinal buildings. Whoever conceals this narrows the text. Whoever speaks it out gives the word its breadth back. I ask, what does Son of God mean? Before Christianity makes a dogma out of it. I go into the Tanach. In Hosea chapter 11 verse 1 I read, out of Egypt I called my son. And there it is clear. The son is Israel, the people of God as a whole. In 2 Samuel chapter 7 verse 14, God speaks to the king from the house of David. I will be a father to him, he will be a son to me. Son of God is the King, the anointed ruler. In Psalm 2, you are my son, today I have begotten you. That is a royal text, a throne text, not a dogma about an eternal divine person, but about the anointed King. In Wisdom chapter 2 verse 18, the righteous one is called Son of God. God takes care of him, he snatches him from the hand of his opponents. In Psalm 82 verse 6, I have said, you are God's, you are all eternal God's Son in a metaphysical Trinity. When Christians later say these passages are fulfilled in Jesus, then that is their interpretation. They're reading in the light of the gospel, but the original sense of the words in the Tanach calls Israel Son of God, calls the King Son of God, calls the righteous sons of the Most High. Dogma is interpretation, not identical with the base text. Son of God in the Tanach is not an exclusive title for one person. Israel is God's son, the King is God's son, the righteous is Son of God. Those who trust God stand in sonship language when it is later said Jesus is the unique Son of God. Then that is a theological sharpening beyond the Tanach. I go into the New Testament with Paul, with John. Children of God are those who believe, those who entrust themselves to God, those who receive Christ. John chapter 1 verse 12 says, whoever receives him, whoever believes in his name, receives the right to become a child of God. Romans chapter 8 verses 14 to 17 says, whoever is led by the Spirit of God is a child of God, co-heir, not slave but son, not under compulsion but in the freedom of love. Galatians chapter 4 verses 4 to 7 says, we are no longer servants but sons and daughters. God has sent the Spirit of His Son into our hearts so we can cry, Abba, Father. So this holds everyone who believes in God, everyone who entrusts themselves to Him, everyone who lives in faith may call themselves a child of God. Not only a single figure, not only a single life. You say, Son of God also means strict believer, the one who takes God seriously, the one who lives in trust, and you are right. Biblical language knows the collective Son, Israel, as well as the royal Son, as well as the righteous Son. It knows the many children of God who live out of faith, the exclusive title, the only incarnate Son, is a later dogmatic sharpening. Son of God, child of God, that is not only Christ, that is a whole family. All who trust God, all who follow Him, all who stand in His covenant. Every voice that cries, Abba, Father, every heart that opens to Him stands in this language of sonship. Now your line comes together. John chapter 1 verse 1 can be read as a word about divine revelation, not necessarily as a finished Trinitarian formula. Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14 speaks in Hebrew of a young woman, not necessary of a virgin. The virgin birth stands on a translation shift from almah to Parthenos. Son of God is in the Tanach, a title for Israel, for the King, for the righteous. Children of God are in the New Testament, the believers. Thus both testaments can show Jesus as messenger, as prophet, as bearer of the divine word, without the text already itself fixing the complete dogma of the later Trinity. I can highly honor Jesus as God's messenger, as the one who carries the word, as the one in whom God's light becomes visible. And at the same time I can say The Tanach does not explicitly call him God. The text does not force me to a finished Trinity. Others can, with the same texts, walk the path of high Christology. What matters is that we remain honest with the base text, with the languages, with the meanings. Honest before the Greek text, honest before the Hebrew text. Kai is more than just, and almah is more than virgin. Son of God is broader than one person. Children of God are many. The text is not a hostage of dogmas, but a space of revelation. It demands respect, it demands precision, it demands humility. This is not a song against anyone. It is a song for the text, for the Greek kai that says more than just and, for the Hebrew almah that means a young woman before someone makes virgin out of it, for Son of God, which can mean Israel, the King, the righteous, for children of God who include every believer. It is a song that says, look closely, read carefully, distinguished